Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Shalom. How you guys doing? Hopefully having a lovely morning, evening or afternoon, wherever you guys are. In today's video, I'm going to get right into it. I'm going to get into the rise and the fall of Saweetie, because I never really thought I'd be saying that she would fall, because there was one time where she was really at the top of the game, really just doing her thing, and she had her own thing going on, her own brand. So if you don't know, Saweetie went to the college. She got a bachelor's degree in business at USC, University of Southern California, which is quite interesting because present day, the businesses and stuff that Saweetie's doing, but we'll get into that later in the video because I want to talk on that. But she went to college, got a bachelor's degree in business at USC, and in 2016 she had a song called Everyone Knows Icy Girl, and in 2017 she released it on SoundCloud, and this ended up basically going viral and it went platinum, and this put Saweetie on the map because I'm not gonna lie, the song is a bop. It is a bop. And if you don't know, for Icy Girl, she samples the song My Neck, My Back. You know the song. I don't really want to say the rest of the words because yeah, but that song, she sampled that, and that really did put her on the map. In 2018, Saweetie released an EP. I don't know, on Spotify it says album, but it's too short to be an album. So EP, like a mixtape called High Maintenance in 2018, and this included her hit song Icy Girl and other songs. Oh, and I forgot to mention, around this time, this is where Saweetie started dating the Migos rapper Quavo, and in Saweetie's 2019 mixtape, again, says it's an album, but it's a mixtape, she did a song with Quavo called Tiptoes. And then this is when, just before the album came out, she released My Type, which again went very viral and people were quite obsessed with that song. And I believe she even performed at the BET Awards for that song. And this is when people found out that Saweetie wasn't, not a great performer, but I just don't believe in making female rappers dance whilst they perform. There's just no need. Like, just stop forcing female artists and female rappers to dance. It's just not that deep. Male rappers and male artists don't have to dance. So why is it that female rappers and female artists have to dance all the time when they clearly can't, or that's not their strongest area? So why are you forcing them to go on live TV to do that? Just don't. And yeah, if you look at the credits for some of Saweetie's actual songs, Quavo is actually on the credits. So it just makes me know, it just shows, because obviously I'm going to talk about their breakup later in the video, but as soon as they broke up, that is sort of when Saweetie's music, it did hit a bit of a high because of the breakup, but then it hit a bit of a low again because Quavo wasn't there to write the songs. Quavo wasn't there to produce anything. So I think that was sort of one of the reasons. It sort of reminds me of Biggie Smalls and Lil' Kim, like back in the day when Biggie Smalls was credited on a lot of Lil' Kim's like biggest hits, and then as soon as he died, Lil' Kim's music just took a down spiral. Like, it just was not hitting, was not going the way it was. But when Biggie was alive, he was writing her music and he was credited on a lot of her songs and most of her hits. So it just shows, yeah, it's always been a thing. A lot of men write female rapper songs. A lot of men produce female rap songs, and some people might find that weird, but don't hate the player, hit the game. If you're gonna make money off of it, then do your thing. I don't really care. Do your thing. And then later on in 2019, we had My Type, but then just a bunch of random remixes that you would never ever expect. We had the City Girls and Jhené Aiko remix. We had a Becky G and Melly remix. I don't know what was going on. Who decided to put Jhené Aiko on a song with the City Girls? I don't know. Whoever decided that, I really do not know. And around 2019, 2020, Saweetie was just sort of collaborating with random artists, sort of just building up her connections, which there's nothing wrong with that. And she even collaborated with J Balvin on a song called K Calor, if I'm not mistaken. If I said that really bad, I'm really sorry. And then she even went on the Birds of a Prey album and she collaborated with Galaxra. But to be fair, that Birds of a Prey album thing, I did not really listen to that. The only song I remember is the Normani song with Megan Thee Stallion, which is pretty trash. So that's why I remember that album. And then, guys, in 2020, Saweetie she redeemed herself. That's the word. With Tap In. That song went viral on TikTok. Like, I will put up the stats on the screen. That song went pretty viral. And I'm not gonna go through like every single song Sweetie's done, because like she collaborates with so many artists. I would be here all day. So I'm just gonna go through the major collaborations and the major things, because we'll be here all day. And then she had a remix of Tap In with Post Malone, DaBaby, and Jack Harlow, which is a weird combo of people, but you know, if it's gonna get you money, because this is a time when DaBaby was like popping. He was really hot. DaBaby was in 2020, 2019, 2020, because he just done that. DaBaby had just done that song with Dula Peep, which went very viral, very well. So he was popping. Jack Harlow was doing his thing, and Post Malone, obviously that's self-explanatory. I don't really need to go on Post Malone. Post Malone has been doing his thing for a long time. And then in 2020, again later on, Saweetie released a song called Back to the Streets with Jhené Aiko. And when I first heard the song, I was a bit mixed, because I never really heard Saweetie sing, and it sort of put me off a bit. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really, because Jhené Aiko's voice is very soft, right? It's very like airy, soft. It gives me like fairy vibes. And then Saweetie singing, she literally sounds the exact same as Jhené Aiko. So it was a bit confusing listening to the song. I didn't really know who was singing when, because Saweetie, when she sings, sounds the exact same as Jhené Aiko. So I was a bit confused when I was listening to it. But apart from that, if you look past that, then like, yeah, the song's okay, I guess. I don't know, it's like, I don't know, that's just the only thing. I didn't know who was singing when, because they literally sound the exact same. It was quite scary, actually. But yeah, it was an okay song. It wasn't awful or anything. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, this is trash, like some of her other music. But we'll get into that later in the video. And then she had Best Friend, like after, like during the, what's the word? During like the Saweetie dating Quavo / sort of breaking up. This is when her music was just like elevating, getting better. And she did Best Friend with Doja Cat, and that just blew up like no tomorrow. You could not go 2021 without hearing that song, no matter where you went, even if you weren't even trying to hear it. If you were on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, wherever, YouTube, you just could not go 2021 without hearing that song. And I can say that song's a bop. I think that's probably one of Saweetie's best songs, in my opinion. But obviously Doja Cat was on it, and Doja Cat did like hold the song in a way. I feel like sometimes Doja Cat and Nicki Minaj, I don't know, I feel like when they collaborate with people that aren't as talented, they sort of dumb down their verses a bit, which I wish they wouldn't do. I wish they would just like rap, just rap and rap and rap. But people like Doja Cat and Nicki Minaj, they sort of dumb down their verses a bit. I've noticed that a lot, especially with Nicki Minaj. Like when she did the song of Ice Spice, I feel like, I love that Princess Diana remix. It's a bop. Amazing, chef's kiss. But I feel like Nicki could have went a lot harder with her verses in a way. I feel like she sort of dumbed her verse down a bit for Ice Spice, so she wouldn't out-rap her too much. But yeah, I feel like Nicki could have definitely went harder. She definitely could have went harder, but you know, she didn't want to out-rap Ice Spice on her own song, even though she did anyways without rapping too hard, you know? But yeah, that song was amazing. She even had a remix with Stefflon Don, which I have not listened to, so I do not want to comment on something I have not listened to. And then we had this sort of like, the hype of Saweetie was sort of dying down a bit. It wasn't like through the roof like it was with Best Friend. And she released this other song called Fast Motion, which is absolute trash, guys. Oh my gosh, my ears were bleeding. My Bluetooth earphones were bleeding. This is not the song, but somehow, some way, this blew up on social media, and it was like a TikTok song. Honestly, what would we do without TikTok? If TikTok was not a thing, what would we actually do? Because this song is trash. It actually hurts my earbuds. Like, fast, commotion, fast, no, oh. It actually hurts my ears. It actually hurts my ears. And then after Saweetie had her, like, I'd say, like, pretty good success with Fast Motion, she was basically just collaborating with artists again, and she collaborated with Anita on Faking Love, which I think I've heard. Yeah, I've heard of that song. It's okay, I guess. I don't know. I'm not really an Anita fan. I'm more of a Rosalia fan. I don't know. Like, Anita just doesn't really do it for me. I don't know. I'm just not really an Anita fan. She's really, I guess she is talented, but I don't know. I just prefer Rosalia. Like, I'll listen to Rosalia more than Anita. Like, Anita does have bops, but Rosalia, I don't know what it is. She just does it for me. Like, the choreography, the songs, they're boppy, they're catchy. Like, I don't know what it is. So, Rosalia, shout out to you. And then we had in 2021, we had Icy Chain, more like, and this got very mixed reviews. This got very mixed reviews because of when Saweetie would perform the song, right? Because Saweetie can't dance, okay? We know this by now. She can dance when she tries, but because she's gotten a lot of surgery on her body, like she's gotten like allegedly her bum done, and it looks like she's gotten a BBL basically. Like she's gotten her boobs done, her bum, and maybe something in her waist. I don't really know. But because of that, when she dances, it just looks really stiff. Like her body doesn't move, or so someone without surgery, when their bum moves, you know it's natural because it just moves and it jiggles normally. But when Saweetie dances, it is just, her bum is just rock hard, it's stiff. Nothing's really moving to move. The choreography isn't hitting. I'll put in a clip of Saweetie dancing. Was it at the Capitol? No, it wasn't the Capitol. It was like the Christmas ball or something, and she's clicking her little toes and and I think a lot of the stuff that came with why the song was viral, not because it was a bad song, technically, because I don't think Icy Chain is a bad song. I think it's an okay song. I think like twerk that for an icy chain. I think it's an okay song. I don't think it's her worst song, but I don't think it's her best. But the hate doesn't come from the song. The hate is from all the live performances where Saweetie is like out of breath and breathless, and just the choreography isn't really hitting, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. Like it's not doing it for me. I don't know what it is. Just choreography is just not hitting. And that's why I keep saying stop making female artists dance when they don't have to, because there was a time when she performed it for the New Year's Eve party thing with Miley Cyrus, and she wasn't dancing, she was just rapping, and it sounded way, way better. She wasn't out of breath, she wasn't doing the most, she was just rapping and walking around and just engaging with the fans in the crowd. And it sounded, I think that was one of the best performances of Icy Chain she had done ever. Like, ever. And it just sounded genuinely really good, and she just looked like she was having fun, and she wasn't, getting bullied by thousands of people. Oh gosh. Oh. And when she performed it on, I think, was it SNL? I'll put in the clip. But it'll have to be really short and really filtered because I don't want to get copyrighted. But she performed on SNL, and that was a bit, how can I say, like, I feel bad for Sweetie because she was generally trying. She's just trying with what she had. But yeah, that's what I think put a lot of people off, is because her body was so stiff when she dances, and because of all that surgery, nothing's moving naturally, nothing is moving accordingly. And then in 2021, she was on this soundtrack for Bruised. I don't really know. This whole album soundtrack thing flopped. It was like Cardi B, and it was just an all-female rapper album which flopped, and no one talks about it. But if that was any other rapper, if that was Nicki Minaj's album, oh my gosh, people would be clowning her like, oh, you're such a flop. But because it's Cardi B, everyone just chooses to brush it under the rug. And then in 2022, right, we have Closer with her, and this song is a bop. I don't know okay, let me say, okay, this song is a bop, right? But only hers bits are a bop. I don't like Sweetie's bits. Like, the hook of this song is so catchy. It is a certified hit. And she does her thing. She does her own thing, right? Her vocals are so crisp and clear. And the way she sings high notes literally, like, makes my body just tingle. Like, oh! Like, oh! Her is so talented, right? But Sweetie's rapping, it just ruins the song for me. Like, I just come for hers vocal bit. And hers, it's a shame because hers vocal bits, like the choruses she sings, they're like, I don't know, like 10 seconds long. So I only get to hear like 10 seconds of the chorus and then I leave because Sweetie just ruins it. And it's just like, oh. Like when I don't know what it is. It's just, her rapping is just so like the same. It's just, nothing is new. Nothing is like, nothing shocks me. Nothing surprises me with Sweetie. Nothing, she's not, I get it, she's not a lyrical rapper, but like, if you're not going to be a lyrical rapper, at least have like a boppy or catchy or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Ice Spice isn't a lyrical rapper, but, she's got more hits than, I don't know, a lot of these female rappers that have been here since 2016. No offense. Closer featuring her was a bop, but Sweetie with her rapping just ruined that song. It just ruined it. And at this point, Sweetie was just like floating around, in my opinion. And you'd think her hype would die down, right? But then somehow she won the Billboard Game Changer or something, or like Game Changer Award or something. One of the awards that Nicki Minaj got like 2 years prior, right? They gave it to Sweetie, which I think is just disrespectful because you're gonna give Nicki Minaj an award and then you're gonna give it to Sweetie like 2 years later. Okay, this is editing me. What I was trying to say was Sweden did deserve the award because she hasn't changed anything in the industry. She hasn't really been a driving force for change, and she's barely changing or doing anything with her career anyway. So I just don't agree with that. I just, I don't. No. It's like giving Beyonce an award and then I don't know, like 2 years later you give the same award to like Scratch Off or something. Like it doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? And then yeah, she wasn't really doing much really, and I think Sweetie is more of an IG girly at this point. In 2022, she was more of an IG girly, doing her own IG thing, partnering up with brands and stuff like that, which is great, getting your money. But I think that's not really what she wanted. She wanted more of rap, I guess, to still be a rap artist. But I don't know, who knows? Maybe she was at this point just content with posting cute pics on her IG and, doing her thing. And then at this point, she partnered up with, I forgot the earphone brand, but I'll put it up on the screen. She partnered up with an earphone brand, and one of the songs they used for the advert was a song called Get It Girl, which is trash. To be honest, as soon as I heard it on the advert, I was like, nah, this is not, this is no. But, I was like, Sweetie, get your bag, get your money at the end of the day, because the music is starting to die down at this point. So I was like, Sweetie, whatever you have to do to get your bag, it's okay, I don't mind. And later on in the year, in 2022, she collaborated on a song called In My Face with 2 Chainz. It was 2 Chainz, yeah, 2 Chainz, Mozzie, and YG, yeah. Nearly forgot that. And that song, I was pleasantly surprised on that verse that Sweetie did her thing. Like, Sweetie killed it. Sweetie absolutely killed it on her verse. I was shocked. I was shooketh. I was like, when I heard her verse, I was like, wait, what? I was like, oh my gosh, and she's changing up her flow. Sweetie? Oh my gosh. And the music video as well is fire. Like, she's like drinking and then she opens like the fridge and she's like with her shades. Oh, I was like, Sweetie, what? But at this point, it was too late. You know what I mean? It was a bit too late to revive her career. And at this point, she had broken up with Quavo, her boyfriend. And she also had another collaboration with John Legend called All She Wanna Do, which I was a bit confused. I was like, John Legend and Sweetie, who did this? What kind of money, cash grab money is this? Because what is this? I wasn't even afraid to even click the play button on Spotify. I was like, But in 2022, obviously, so she was dating Quavo and they broke up during this time. And unfortunately, Quavo's nephew, Takeoff, he was shot, as we all know, and it was in a very, very preventable situation. This did not need to happen. Takeoff did not need to get shot. This was very preventable. This did not have to happen in such a traumatic way, especially for Quavo. Seeing everything, seeing your nephew like that. This did not have to happen. And especially with the way that social media handled this and was spreading all of the videos around on the internet, which was just disgusting. Shouldn't have happened. This was very preventable. And because of, what had happened with Quavo's nephew Takeoff being shot, he was not on social media. He was not he was not on social media. He was not doing the most. He was very just to himself, which is understandable because everyone handles grief in a different way. But as we all know, the reason why Saweetie and Takeoff broke up was because he allegedly cheated on her, which is just like a shame, really, if we think about it. Because, you know, being cheated on is bad enough, but then when you're pretty and you're actually cheated on, that's just even worse, because it's like, damn, it's like, what is good enough? What is actually good enough? Because if you're conventionally pretty in society and you still get cheated on, it's like, damn, like no one is safe. If Beyonce can get cheated on, if Rihanna and Madison Beer, all of those like very stunning people can get cheated on, no one is safe. I'm so sorry, but no one is actually safe in this world. No one is exempt from being cheated on. No one is exempt from looking like a clown. So just putting it out there. But yeah, that's one of the reasons why they broke up. And at this point, Saweetie had taken a break from music. She wasn't doing anything musically. And she decided, you know, after Quavo had went through all of that, after his nephew being shot, she had decided soon after, maybe like just under a month later. Wait, let me look at the dates just to clarify. It was November 17th. Okay, November. Okay, it doesn't. November 17th, November 18th. That was pretty soon after Takeoff's death, I'm pretty sure, because Takeoff had died on, I can't remember the date, but I remember it was very soon after. Like, it did not have to come this soon after Takeoff had died. Like, this was just not a good idea. I was telling her, Diamante, please do not release this. This is not a good time. I understand Quavo, your ex-boyfriend, he probably hurt you and that he cheated on you, but like this is not gonna be a good thing, because you know what he had saw with Takeoff and everything. This is not a good idea. Like, the internet is gonna drag you. This is not a good time. Quavo is grieving. Like, wait another year. We'll just wait another year to release this or whenever. And to be honest, I don't really know why Saweetie had chose this certain time to release this trash EP and trash song, when she had what, I don't know. She had like the earlier of the rest of 2022. So like October, so from January to October, and she had 2021 to do it. So I just don't understand why she chose to do it now, which just seems a bit shady. Like, I don't know. That rubbed me the wrong way. I was like, Sweetie, this is not the right time. And she released a song called Don't Say Nothing, which was an absolute trash song. And if you don't know, Saweetie was sort of fooling around with Little Baby, the rapper, because there was a picture where Saweetie had taken, where Little Baby had taken her on a shopping spree, and she took a picture in the mirror and she was sitting on his lap or whatever. And Little Baby just denied it. He was like, that's not me. I don't know who that is, but like, that's not me in the picture. I don't know who Saweetie is. I never went on a date with her. And it was going quite viral because Little Baby was beefing with the Migos at one point. Because if you don't know, basically they're both signed. Little Baby and the Migos, and Quavo is part of the Migos, if you don't know. This sounds very confusing, but okay, I'm going to explain it to you in the simplest way. Quavo in Migos. Migos signed to the same record label Lil Baby signed to. And the director or the owner of the record label, I forgot what it's called. Whatever, I'll put it on the screen. He had money, and instead of giving the record label money to the Migos for their projects and stuff, what they could use, he gave that money to Little Baby, and allegedly that caused some tension. And with the floating picture going on the internet with Little Baby dating Quavo's ex-girlfriend, that would have probably sparked something. And yeah, Little Baby was denying her, which I think made it even worse, because it's like, damn, sheesh, damn, Saweetie can just not take a break. And she decided, even though with the backlash of the first song, so she released the first song called Don't Say Nothing, even with that, that was really badly, the reception from that was really badly done. Like, no one liked that song. People just were not interested in Saweetie and the songs and the music she was trying to do. It just was not a good time. And then she decided to do a Beyonce, because apparently Saweetie is a Beyonce. She can just release when she wants to. She can do a Drake and a Beyonce and just release. She can do a surprise release, guys, because she is the Beyonce of rap. She can do what she wants. Saweetie can. And I think that's really dumb. She decided to release her EP called The Single Life, just randomly. And you know, Saweetie doesn't have a core fan base. She doesn't have a fan base like the Barbs, the Beehive, the Swifties. She doesn't have any of that. So I don't really know what was going through her mind. But anyways, moving on. This EP was very badly received, and it did very, very badly. It basically did 2K in its first week, and it's one of the worst performing EPs slash albums of the streaming era, not including Lil Kim's album thing that sold 1K units. But yeah, it just did not work. It did not work. People were just going against Saweetie because this time was just not a right time to release the EP. People were starting to go against her and just really dog her down on Twitter. Like during this time on Twitter was just not a great time for Saweetie. And you know, I told her, I was like, Saweetie, this is not a good time. Diamante, you better leave this in the stash or something. And she didn't listen, and look at where she is now. Her career is hanging by a thread. The smallest thread you can see is hanging by that. Literally, no one wants to collaborate with her. No one wants to do music with Saweetie. And I get it. Saweetie isn't a lyrical rapper, right? I get it. I understand. And she's not selling that much. I get it. I understand. So coming from an artist's point of view, especially an up and coming artist, I wouldn't really want to collaborate with her. But at the same time, people are collaborating with Cardi B and all of that, and she's not really the most lyrical rapper. And no offense, she hasn't really had a hit in what, like 3 years? So I don't really see the difference with Cardi B and Saweetie. Yeah, Cardi B might have had 5 number ones, but I don't know, it's probably allegedly it's payola. So I don't really know. When it comes to Saweetie, and people always say Cardi B's a better rapper, but I see them as the same, to be honest, at the moment. You know, and until Cardi B releases that album, they'll always be on the same wavelength. Because Cardi B isn't a lyrical rapper. She doesn't write any of her songs. She has a team of people, aka Pardison Fontaine, writing her songs. And Saweetie has a team of people writing her songs. And she isn't a lyrical rapper either. And she's not selling. They're both not really selling. So I don't understand why people are so hard on Saweetie and don't want to collaborate with her, but then yet they'll collaborate with Cardi B and do the most for Cardi B and all of that. So I just think it's a bit hypocritical. But then in 2023, present day, that was really out of tune. Present day, Saweetie collaborated with the rapper Baby Tate. She's signed to Young Money Records, I believe. But yeah, on the song Hey Mickey, which was like a TikTok viral song as per usual. But I listened to that, and Saweetie's verse was just like, I'm gonna put a meme up of what my face looked like. I don't know. I don't really know. Saweetie, when her rapping is just not very, I don't know. I feel like one of the reasons why the downfall of Saweetie did happen is because she lost her like original USP. She lost her original like icy girl, college. She gave me like a college student icy girl like vibe. She had just like a different vibe. I liked her style. I liked her confidence. I liked like her swag that she had on Icy Girl. Like I missed that Saweetie. Like, can we bring that Saweetie back? The confident like swag, like the everything she had on Icy Girl, like the confidence, everything she had on that song. Can we bring that back? Because she doesn't have that now. Like I don't know what Saweetie's USP is now. Like I get it. She has like the icy thing, but she doesn't really. It's not really. She doesn't really have that. Like I don't know anything else that matches with her brand. I don't know. I just don't know what it is. And I feel like a lot of her downfall was with that EP that she released when Takeoff died. That was not needed. And I feel like that was I don't know, maybe if it was unintentional shade, but I doubt that, because how can you just like be like, oops, I'm just gonna release an EP whilst your nephew just got shot. Oops. Like it doesn't seem for it. And then she tried the sympathy card, which I wasn't buying. I was not buying that sympathy card. I was like, girl, you knew what you were doing when you released that EP. You goddamn knew what you were doing. You knew the timing wasn't right, but you just wanted to get a quick hit and a quick cash grab, which didn't work. You knew what you were doing, sweetie. You knew what you were doing. So don't try and get a sympathy card. She was trying to pull a bigger sympathy card than Megan Thee Stallion with the Tory thing. I was like, damn, girl. Like, jeez. Just say you messed up. Apologize to Quavo, and that's fine. But a lot of people were like, oh yeah, she can do what she wants, and you know, Quavo did cheat on her and stuff like that. I was like, but like, that is just a crappy thing to do. Like that is a crappy thing to do, to release an EP after like everything's happened. You know what I mean? It's just, No, that's just a crappy thing to do. It was not the right time at all. But since, you know, the majority of the general public are pretty fake because they won't stream her music, but then they'll like all of her bikini pictures and her crop top pictures and give them like 1 million likes within an hour because everyone's just so fake and fake energy. What I think Saweetie should do going forward, just leave the music because it's clearly not for her. And I think she should do like an influencer, like branding, like management sort of thing. And hear me out. I think what she should do is have like a brand management, and then just sign a bunch of like under the ground, maybe aspiring influencers, and then like help them get brand deals, help them like get out there on social media, and then she takes like a profit of what they would get from the brand deal, like a normal branding, like a normal management branding influencer managers would do. They'll take a little bit of what you get from your sponsored videos or sponsored things, and then that way she's still making money, but whilst doing something. And I think that Sweet could actually make a lot of money if she did that, but that's just me having my ideas, being the smart person I am. That's what I would do if I was Sweetie, because the music isn't working and it's not really going for her. So that's what I would do. I would do something influencing. And to be honest, I think Sweet is a really good influencer because she nearly made me buy her Crocs. And I still want them because her Crocs look fire. I'm not gonna lie. I keep telling my sister, like, please, I want those Crocs. Because they look really fire. And I actually do want to buy them when I get the chance to, because they actually are fire. Her Crocs look really good. They're low-key, high-key better than Scissors. Scissors Crocs look ugly AF. Like, I love me some Scissor. I will support Scissor anything she does because she is signed to RCA, and RCA is like the worst record label, but her Crocs look like trash and Sweetie's ones look really, really good. Basically, the moral of this video is be consistent with your music. I think Sweetie would be such a better rapper and just have so many more hits if she had a better team of writers. Then I could see her being a B-Tech Doja. I said that in one of my Unpopular Opinion videos, that she can make a comeback, but she just needs better writers because she can't write songs. The moral of this video is basically, yeah, don't try and dish things out, and then when people try and dish it back, don't try and play the victim in the sympathy card, because what she did with that EP releasing it was just the wrong time. And yeah, she just needs a better team of writers. That's all I got for you today. Hopefully you like this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and yeah, Shalom Pop Culture out.